between Beastyqt's Delhi Sultanate and 3DB's Ottomans on Dry Arabia. This is going to be a photo finish. Let's see if B can get any points on the board.
And here we go. The usual Ottoman starter. Gonna send 5 villagers over to that stone mine. Gonna be dropping his early military school. On the opposite side, can we see if Beasty already went for an early mosque, or what exactly his game plan is in this game?
Oh, was that a barracks? I think I saw already being dropped down.
That was a military school from B, but we do see the mosque coming out from Beasty alongside the early mill, so he's going to be immediately going over and queuing that wheelbarrow upgrade.
The green flags mess with me sometimes. I think I'm looking at Delhi at the start of the game. Okay, so
gonna be roughly 4 minutes for that wheelbarrow upgrade to finish.
Yeah. So pretty standard opening from both players as far as what we're seeing here. And where is that gold there for Beasty? Because it is on the south side and the berries. So, I mean, for some Ottoman pressure, which I feel like you're likely to see, that is certainly probably going to make him pretty happy to see that when he comes across. God, I would not like that spot as Delhi.
All the food for Beasty on this map is forward. He has a single close woodline. The other gold wine looks like it's woodline looks like it's in Timbuktu. That's so far away.
Oh my. Okay, so little RNGesus coming into play here. Let's see how BC's able to overcome the little adversity there with the start of the game, but it's how any of them could be. And well, we'll see if B goes like overly aggressive in H2 or if he does go for some kind of fast castle move. So you can say the same thing for Delhi as well. And Dry Arabia, what a classic map for a great matchup. Nice and open. This is definitely my favorite map. What do you have a favorite map, Crackedy?
It's definitely not Lipany.
Not Lipany.
I really like Highview ever since they changed the scout line of sight on Highview with like Stealth Forest. Ever since then, I really enjoyed Highview. Before that, I absolutely hated Highview. Ever since the scout change came in, I absolutely love Highview.
I saw that they released.
There it is.
Oh, Tower Victory. Okay, there it is. So Beasty going for it. So you know what to see. I saw that like Micro or Age of Empires or whoever released like the official stats of like our favorite quote maps from the last season, but I was like, hold on a second. If I don't have, I wanted a few more vetoes. I could say personally, I wonder what people's actual favorite map would be in some polls.
All right, I'm wondering if BC decided to go for the Tower of Victory because he scouted the layout of his map and that he saw that, oh, if I lose military-wise, I'm dead. I think that might have been why he decided to go for the Tower of Victory here. Definitely a smart choice if that was the case.
Yep, absolutely. So there we go. Tower of Victory going to be providing extra attack speed for all of Beastyqt's infantry. Now, it used to be that you had to be like super close and like basically touch the Tower of Victory in order to get that bonus, but a rework in the last few patches made it so that now basically if you're connected to influence, you get the bonus. So it used to be pretty much a meme. You didn't see it used a whole lot, but now it's very much it was called the Tower of Defeat, but it is the Tower of Victory now. It has regained its actual name, but we'll see if it's enough for Beasty as he has to secure some food, forward berries just about everywhere as well as deer. So it's going to be hard to keep that food safe.
6 villager age up. That allowed B to get up to the next age with 4 minutes and 10, even though that he invested into an early military school. That's quite impressive. That's quite impressive. Now, he didn't get a ton of value with that early military school. He did delay the gold income a tiny bit.
Yeah.
Beasty now going for a second mosque. Wonder if he's going to be putting more villagers over on gold sometime soon, just in order to keep producing scholars 24/7 out of that second mosque. So you have one of the mosques dedicated for upgrades, getting stuff like Sanctity and double production, and the other mosque is just going to be busy spamming out those scholars every now and then.
Yep, and in the base of B, we see stone being gathered, likely some more military schools, probably some archers drop down or something like that, and we're pushing this very hard probably here in the near future. Let's see what other buildings BC drops down. Is that a blacksmith? I think he's gonna.
That's a blacksmith, so he's gonna go a little bit greedy here. Instead of going for early military units, he's instead decided to go for a blacksmith, click those upgrades relatively early. Not sure if he can afford that, whether he can get away with that, because B right now, he's also getting his Sipahi out. Well, it's gonna be a while. It's gonna be a while until it comes out, just because he is making that through the military school, so it takes like a good like 1.5 to 2 minutes. I think, to get like a Sipahi out without the blacksmith. I think it's like 1 minute 50 seconds-ish. So it takes a good while to get a Sipahi out of the military school.
Okay, villagers getting speared to death right now. B is harassing them. They're trying to bring those berries, but he'll probably keep them alive. I'm sure he'll micro it back at the last second. And...
Alright, he's queued a matter behind this, so he's probably not going for the matter through the vizier point. Instead, going for the matter through the military school.
Yep. So, okay, we got berry villagers harassed already, and the food gathering's only going to get harder from here, other than I guess those few sheep underneath. And there's that vizier point coming in right now.
Gonna have to expand at some point in time. He just dropped a bunch of production buildings in the back of the base. I'm not sure if it was all archery ranges or if he also put up some other buildings. And we saw the vizier point being used. We got 2 imams now out on the field for B, and these are going to be specially buffed up imams. Never mind, it was just 2 houses. But these imams actually heal in an AoE around them, so they're really, really good. They don't just heal actively, but they also heal passively in a radius around them. Really, really good unit.
Yep, and he's going to be healing those up. Those villagers still doing fine. Looks like he's going to come out and heal them up the rest of the way. Wait, now we do have a Sipahi, but no spearman. BC has just 1 archer to deal with that, but... maybe he can heal him out. He'll stay alive. Yeah, so he'll just hop back in. So, bide himself some time as he's trying to get his military online.
Yeah, now Matter is also in production. Meanwhile, Beastie is now queuing up his military. Queues up a couple of horsemen, queues up more archers. Trying to increase his mass. The archers are going to benefit from the tough victory. You see, as soon as they spawn, they glow, so you know that they're buffed. They're going to get that 20% bonus attack speed. Going to be really, really nice for those archers. And now we see B also adding in a couple of archery ranges, going into archers himself.
And there we go. Just 2 archery ranges and a stable. So Beastie going to be spamming those units out. There's that Sipahi, but he's using those scholars to heal up out on the map. And I don't know. I feel like if Delhi starts to get military control, we've talked about this before with the Ottomans, you do not want to be the person who's like without an army as the Ottomans. You don't want to be playing from behind, because this is their bread and butter, is that military pressure and that free production that takes time. And he's going to be having all of his upgrades coming in too. Blacksmith, he keeps slapping down more. It's looking like BC's going to play this extremely aggressively, as we kind of expected.
Yeah, now B has also not started, but he's finished putting down his production buildings, so now he's going to be able to start producing a lot as well. Sacred Site so far has not been completely taken. Potentially that B could contest that. Oh no, these imams are out of position. That's really bad. They are really costly. That's a vizier point. If one of them goes down, that means they can't heal each other anymore. And now any damage on that last imam is going to be permanent. That really, really hurts to lose, and that means that Sacred Site is certainly going the way of Beastyqt, and that means that he's going to have a lot of gold income going forward here.
Yep, that's going to be some good pickup for Beastie as he controls mid, and B going to need to, I don't know if he goes for raiding on the side. I do see some of his units moving around to the east, but it's going to be very hard to regain that Sacred Site. I mean, maybe you can just hope to try to stop him from getting more, as you see him running out there with his... Yep, he might be able to pick up a few of those archers, actually. The Sipahi is a nice little free pickup, so he can. I'm going to get one of them at least.
I think that B needs to start thinking about starving Beastie out of resources. Because at this point, B must have scouted that the position of Beastie's base is not ideal. That he doesn't have access to his food if B plays this aggressively.
Yep, we got Sipahi running in the raid. He's disrupting that berry line. And just trying to slow down that production, and he's able to grab up an archer there, doing a run by there with his Sipahi. We have Vizier Point going off right now.
Point. Wondering if that might be spent now on Anatolian Hill, since it doesn't look like he's gonna go into that matter bonus, since he already has one on the field. Doesn't look like he's used it at all yet. Might potentially be using it for an additional military school. He already has the stone for it. Just needs a little bit more wood for it. That's why he probably just pulled more villagers over towards wood.
Yeah, I think you're right. Okay, so I don't know, but I'm nervous. I'm not sure what's gonna happen here. It's just such high stakes. Beasty could just like end this. 2 players though, and the number 1 versus number 4 seed in the redemption bracket. The stakes are just so high. Sipahi raiding in here right now on the gold, but Beasty doing a good job of using his scholars to heal.
Beasty right now also taking control of these sacred sites. He has a lot of archers. These archers are getting these walls up super quickly here. That sacred site is also going to be taken, and that means 450 gold per minute goes towards Beasty here. Oh, Sipahi coming in though, could potentially come in before the wall gets finished. Maybe.
He's able to kill through those archers. Okay.
Ooh, okay. The sacred site is going to be taken, so it's going to generate a good amount of gold, but it is going to be denied. So at least there's no sacred site victory here ticking down for Beasty.
Yeah, and now we're in a little spot where B's really got his production cranking right now, and Beasty is getting that gold going. Does he have a market? Is he trading up for some of his resources? Because he doesn't have a ton of gold in the bank, or maybe he's producing scholars nonstop is probably what it is.
Yeah, very likely just a scholar production here. He does have 2 mosques for that. But I think that he really needs, like B right now, he needs to start thinking about doing pressure. He has so far not gotten too much pressure. And now we see Beasty actually raiding the base from B here.
Just as many of these buildings were going down, this is not good. B floating a little bit of resources. You see that food and wood in the bank, so his goal to get that production up. So Beasty really gonna do a lot of damage pushing in here, idling villagers, stopping those military production buildings from going up. We do see B doing a little bit of raiding of his own, but not getting massive value back at home, although Beasty losing a few units underneath that town center, particularly the scout, was gonna knock down some of his line of sight.
Now the archers are here. With the archers, this could be difficult, but the archers right now, they're busy focusing that tower of victory here. Now finally they're moving forward. Getting some good snipes there, but now this is the moment where B needs to be doing massive damage. Oh, this could be bad.
1, 2. Loses 2 villagers right there. I think a third one's going to escape just barely. Okay, B going in though and taking out some of Beasty's villagers, so it's back and forth. Don't blink or you might miss it. Both players raiding. We've got similar military numbers out on the map. Just matter how they use it. See healing and meter buffs across the field here for B.
Yeah, the healing really helps there. So after every single small engagement, the units from B heal up again. But Beasty also has like 7 scholars there in that forward army, so he's gonna have no issue with healing up his units as well. Beasty's food income has pretty much been completely stalled out here right now, though.
Yeah, I wonder at what point does B bring his army home and surround that and try to kill those scholars. But yeah, you're right. He's playing the resource game. B loves to try to starve out his opponents. He knows where the food is. Although, look on the east side. BC's actually gathering food down there. So, it's helping him out some.
A lot of these Sipahi are already really low HP, just sitting out there at like a single, 1 HP. And I think B, right now, he's in a good position. He has the military. He just needs to take a favorable engagement here. But he's struggling right now to take good engagements. There are not many horsemen here. If you can just run past them. There we go. Now he's going for it. He activates Fortitude while there are still horsemen alive, though, and he's actually focusing down the horsemen with Fortitude. A little bit of mismicro here. The archers should be focusing down those scholars here. There's a lot of scholars to be sniped. Instead, they're now focusing the archers as well. Sipahi running around, not actively fighting, now fighting again.
That was awkward. The scholars just staying alive through all this. I guess if you can kill the army, you can kill the scholars next, but yeah, the scholar is definitely adding so much value in this. And that blob from B up north moving around. By the way, BC has all 3 sacred sites right now, so he has got a lot of
this
passive
could be
gold
huge
right
for
now.
B, though, on that side. If he takes good engagements here and he can then push on to that deer spot, that could be really good for him. A lot of different engagements here at the same time, so it's tough to call who's leading here. I think Metter might be potentially getting sniped out here, or at least it looks like Beasty is navigating towards that, trying to snipe out the Metter there. B is paying attention though, keeps his matter at distance.
Yeah.
Nice, matter still lives. This was a good fight
good.
overall for B, I would say.
Yeah, and I think he's cleaning up the rest in his base, although that fight, I think, is still going on. The Scholar's still handing out a lot of healing. Yeah, I mean, I guess he has a ton of them, so I guess that's the new thing.
14 Scholars.
Yeah, he had, like, I think I saw, like, 18 Scholars at some point.
Yeah, that's a lot. I feel like B probably needs like a couple more archers just to be able to snipe them out. But the thing is, these Scholars, they also have a ton of HP themselves, so it's not easy to snipe them.
Matter goes down, finally. But I imagine he'll train another one up. He finally finishes up the rest of that army. That was a awkward fight. Beasty bringing in a lot of gold, but also he's been spending it all on the Scholars. It looks like he has 11 right now, so... how many... Does he have more than 2 moss right now producing Scholars? I kind of wonder.
He still only has that 2 moss.
Okay.
And he doesn't really need much more. He doesn't even have any units inside the moss. Not like he's researching anything right now at this point in the game. He's just using them purely for healing. And he has a ton of them. Look at that. 13 Scholars out on the field.
Yeah.
And another 4 in production.
Look at the difference to archer count, though. B's got 38 versus BC's 22, but... yeah, those Scholars definitely can make a big difference in these engagements. It looks like B's trying to take some of these sacred sites back. Not going to be able to stop that one, at least for now. Archer's not going to be very fast at taking down those walls.
B has to do more damage, I feel like, to the main base of Beasty. I think he should only like try to get those sacred sites with like a couple of units instead of like his entire army. Maybe like take just these 3 really, really weak Sapais there. You can also use the Fortitude ability to make them use their torches faster. Just throw the torches faster. But yeah, B, he can't like lose his main objective out of the... like out of sight here. He still is on a clock and he needs to starve Beasty out of resources.
There's a raid on B's deer villagers up to the north. You can see the army moving to engage right now, but those villagers had to run all the way off of those deer. There you see him right in the middle of the map right now, actually. Ooh. Several villagers going down. He maybe could have got more, but he's positioning, doesn't want to take that fight yet, maybe doesn't know exactly what's out there. Oh, so look at all the Scholars, holy cow. So he's going to build a tower mid and go in for those deer. Oh, bye.
Oh, you're right.
Ooh. On the west side, maybe going to pick up some villagers, but they have...
they got textiles, so not a single villager going down, actually. Has to pull back. The Fortitude buff means that they take a lot more damage there. Not a single villager went down there. Incredible.
Yeah. Looks like B did stop the east sacred site. A raid in B's base. I don't know what that is. South. Just a few
horsemen. B, though, has some outposts here, so should also not lose any villagers to that.
These outposts, you say, huh? They look more like towers to me. Okay, B is working on taking all these sacred sites back and also doing a little raiding. They're on the eastern deer.
These villagers take quite a while to kill when you don't have the +1 melee attack damage upgrade.
Okay, B's kiting back.
That's a good amount of horsemen, but I feel like with these... oh my god! The spearman! Turn
nice
around!
Little stab.
Turn around! That's a good amount of archers there.
Wow, look at all those Scholars! Like, that's...
oh my god, the Scholar army! And they're so tanky! 130 HP!
Yeah.
Oh man.
I thought there was going to be a big engagement there. Idling these villagers, B just picking away at Beastyqt's economy. I still feel like this game could go either way, but it feels like B's maybe picking up some steam here. But a big engagement in the Scholar is definitely going to have a lot to say about it. Could this be the series we're watching unfold as they are committing to the Scholars, handing in the healing? Sabahi on the front line, Spears trying to brace, Archers, of course, train blows, and I think the Scholars really could be a huge game changer here. Let's see how this goes.
I think with this many Archers, though,
yeah,
I don't think even this many Scholars can out-heal.
Yeah, they just one-shot him or whatever. I see a Scholar just getting healed, though. He was, like, solo-ing. There's so much healing. BC's moved up even closer. Whoever wins this engagement's probably going to win the game, I feel. Oh, my
this
god.
Is so rough. There are still 22 Scholars here. Just the incredible amount of healing going on here, but Beasty... the Scholars are going to be the only thing that he has left here, because B is actually killing every other unit that's not a Scholar.
Gosh.
Killing them with this many Archers in like a single volley.
I was holding my breath. What a crazy fight. It's still going on. The scholars just continuing to spread their message on the front line. Look at that, like one scholar getting shot at the front, just like staying alive like a Chad. They just get so much healing.
There's so much healing. But now we're getting to the point where B is able to one-shot the scholars.
Yeah.
One shot, every single scholar goes down. And with that, that means that there's not going to be as much healing coming out anymore. But the front line from B has been broken. I'm not sure if his entire army is there or if he still has like a battalion somewhere else. But he needs to pull back here a little bit. Oh no, Matter going down.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, that is rough because these archers, they're still buffed up by the Tower of Victory.
Man, what a fight! What an archer fight for the ages. Wow, Sabahi coming out, gonna slow him down.
Oh, there's the reinforcements.
Yep. What do you pick off, the archers or the scholars? I don't. Looks like everything now.
Anything you can get your hands on right now, you want to pick off. Fortitude coming out as well.
Okay, Archer's continuing
so that
to
they'll
fire.
take more damage.
B still has a giant mass, and he's trying to knock it down. BC's units, but he just keeps reinforcing. But I feel like eventually those scholars are going to run out at the rate that he's picking them off. He's down to 9 scholars. I think that might be like a world record of scholars in the feudal age we've seen.
The healing has to stop at one point sooner or later here.
Stop the healing, B says as he pushes in. A raid on the west side. I don't know what that's going on, but this archer battle rages on for like 5 minutes. Horsemen now here on the front line come to say something about it. There's still a scholar left, but BC has lost most of them. Has about 1,000 wood in the bank. He's been busy microing this fight, and I think it's safe to say that fight finally was cleaned up by 3DB. Let's see if he's able to push on this now as we see the military count 50 in favor of B, 24 for Beastyqt. Villagers being pushed off food as well as being picked off. And it looks like B's maybe looking to push this.
It looks like BC is even making a farm transition in the back of space, and that means something. Once Delhi goes out for farm transition, that spells doom for them. And it looks like B is now also prepping for more siege. He's going for siege engineering, indeed, there at the farms. And with the ram push, I'm not sure if BC is going to be able to hold.
Man, BC's done such a great job of... I mean, he was handed a pretty gnarly spawn, and he still was able to get... I mean, even those mid-map deer, those deer down at the far east, he did a good job of staying on the map as long as he could. I see villagers on the northwest running away from the berries just as B showing up for a raid, so kind of a smart timing.
Potential fight here. Meta out of position, though.
Yep. Can be picked off pretty quickly. Archer swarming lots of horsemen. Looks like we have a fair amount of Sipahi as well. Metter goes down. He loses that buff. Scholar says, I'm back to avenge. And we still got plenty more action left here as BC's been making his farm transition. He's got his villagers farming that food online. Of course, a little slower now since he is farming, but a few villagers could be in danger there in the front line. Battle villagers.
Yeah, I want to go back to what you said earlier about the way that this map spawn was really, really difficult for BC. I think even with that bad map spawn, he played this absolutely perfectly. Like the way he adapted to it. I think instead of going for the Dome of the Faith build, he dynamically adjusted and went for a Tower of Victory instead. And we saw that this is still a really, really close game with the amount of scholars that he had out earlier. And now we also see a bunch of horsemen from Beasty being split off and running towards the deer from B here.
Oh boy.
And if B gets a really efficient counter rate in, that could mean that Beasty is still in the game.
Yeah, let's see what BC's able to do. I kind of want to see those villagers down there, see what they're doing. Oh boy.
Sipahi coming to the rescue though.
They're gonna help at least, but yeah, that might help even the odds. Let's see what the archers are able to do up north. We got the archer masses. 51 archers versus the 38 of Beastyqt. Rams moving up probably to take out that tower. Down it's going to go. I guess he could knock out that Tower of Victory and it would stop the bonus, probably.
Yeah, I think it still means that the archers that have been built before, they retain the bonus, but no new units that get created get the bonus.
I don't know if I've like tested it that many times, because usually by the time you've lost your Tower of Victory, you don't have infantry either. Okay. Okay, here we go. A giant archer mass.
Oh,
he's going to go.
Mentor getting focused again. Ooh, that hurts.
BC doing a good job of picking that out every engagement. And a little bit of a flank now with the horsemen. Be a little bit out of position as the Spahi from back home have now arrived. No spearmen for either player. It is archers and horsemen, essentially. Metter getting... he's still alive, but okay, getting picked off right now.
Yeah, a replacement Meta already being there,
Yeah,
coming to the rescue. And this is a cleanup. This is the cleanup probably in the game that B needed in order to finish Beasty off. This was an incredibly close game. Despite the way the map spawned here for Beasty, he managed to adjust and get a whole lot of good engagements early on. But I think this is going to be the point now where he finally breaks. I think this is going to be the point where the Ottoman flood is just not going to be able to be stopped. Both players have been on 1 TC the entire time. And during all this time, 3 military schools have been busy at work for B. He probably even got the Vizier point in order to upgrade the production speed of them, so they've been even more efficient.
Oh my gosh. I thought there was a moment there when he took the middle of the map and got all 3 sacred sites walled up. I was like, okay.
Yeah, it was really close. I felt like as well
he was in
that...
a super strong position.
Yeah. There we go. Beasty calls GG. We're going to have a 1-1 and a decider match in this best of 3.
The chat goes wild. What a matchup. At any moment, any of those players could have won that game. That archer fight went on for like 5 minutes. Wasn't sure who was going to win it. And at the end of the day, B got points on the board. It's a tied up matchup. We're going to go to a series finale. And I can't think of a more hype moment. I wonder what civilizations are going to pull out. But definitely both these players just so close in skill level. It's just super fun to get to watch and enjoy on this level.
Yeah, this game was incredibly well played by both players. I really love how Beasty adjusted to the map spawn, decided to probably change his build. I don't think he would have gone for the Tower of Victory if the map didn't spawn the way it did. And he held on. This was incredibly close.
Hey, we got a bunch of gifted subs in the chat. Shout out to Thomas Delanor. I can't see how many subs they were, but thank you so much. We might have hit our goal. I don't know. We're pretty close. We'll have to see where we were. And boy, if there was ever time to a sub, it is right now, as we've got